More hostages are set to be released today as the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is extended. And if you don't use your Google account too often, you have only a few days left before it gets deleted. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Tuesday, November 28th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. More hostages are expected to be released today as the temporary truce between Israel and Hamas enters a fifth day. The two sides agreed to extend the limited ceasefire, which would have ended Monday, by 2 additional days. According to an Egyptian official, whose country is among those mediating talks between Israel and Hamas, the 2-day extension would see Hamas releasing 10 women and children each day in exchange for 30 Palestinians currently detained in Israeli prisons. The official said the extension would also see additional humanitarian aid enter Gaza. The 2-day extension was announced Monday by Qatari mediators hours before 11 more Israeli hostages were released, including 3-year-old twins. As part of the deal, Israel released 33 Palestinian prisoners, 30 minors, and 3 women. On Monday night, a group of Senate Democrats met with senior-level Israel Defense Forces officials at the Capitol to discuss the war and the conditions in Gaza. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii described the meeting as extremely frank. In the 2-hour meeting, senators say they discussed the humanitarian situation and Israel's plans for what will happen the day after the ceasefire ends. The judge set to preside over former President Donald Trump's federal election trial has rejected his attempt to subpoena records from the House January 6th committee, which investigated the 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. The former president had attempted to subpoena for what his team says are missing records from the committee. In a ruling Monday, U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan called that attempt a, quote, fishing expedition. Trump's legal team had planned to subpoena a number of people involved in the committee's investigation, including the U.S. archivist and the clerk of the House of Representatives, among others, as Trump's team argued that there is, quote, significant overlap between the Select Committee's investigation and this case. Monday's ruling states that the federal officials will not have to hand over any records for the trial. The judge added that Trump's team has been given transcripts of interviews from the committee's investigation and did not illustrate how the records outlined in their request would be relevant to Trump's defense. It is just one of the 4 criminal cases the former president is facing and likely will be the first to go to trial. Trump has been charged with unlawfully trying to overturn the 2020 election results. He has pleaded not guilty. Jury selection is set for March 4th. A new poll shows that many Americans believe the American dream is slipping out of reach, and not all media outlets are covering this story. The poll conducted by the Wall Street Journal and NORC at the University of Chicago asked voters if they think the American dream, that if you work hard regardless of your background, you'll get ahead, still holds true. 36% of voters said it does. That is down significantly from 53% who said the same in a 2012 poll and 48% in 2016. Among all respondents, 18% said the American dream never held true. Another Wall Street Journal poll last year asked a similar question, whether those who worked hard are likely to get ahead. 68% said yes, which is nearly twice the share as in this new poll. The story is not getting much coverage from left-leaning media outlets. That's according to our Media Miss tool. We want to highlight this detail so you can get a complete picture of the news. Those more likely to not believe in the American dream were younger people and women. However, 35% of voters did rate the economy's performance as good or excellent, an increase from 20% back in March. The survey of 1,163 voters was conducted in late October. Authorities have released more information regarding an incident at New Orleans International Airport over the weekend where a passenger climbed onto the wing of a plane and ran onto the tarmac. According to authorities, the 38-year-old Atlanta man exited the Southwest Airlines flight through an emergency door on Sunday night while the plane was not moving and still at the gate. After leaving the plane, the man climbed onto the wing and then jumped onto the ground, where he was apprehended by law enforcement and then taken to a hospital for evaluation. Officials say the man was believed to be suffering from a mental health emergency. He is not expected to face any charges. Officials say no passengers or crew members were injured in the incident. If you're one of the more than 1 billion Google account holders in the world, you may want to take a listen. Google has announced that it is purging all inactive accounts beginning December 1st. This means photos, calendar reminders, emails, and Google Documents will be deleted. So if you want to save your family photos, make sure you log into your account and read through some emails, watch a YouTube video, share a photo, or download an app before the company implements its new policy. Google defines an inactive account as one that has not been used in a 2-year period. This applies only to personal accounts. Google's updated policy will not affect any accounts set up through work, school, or other organizations. Google says this move is to protect account holders' privacy. And if you have an account that falls into this category, Google will send you a notification before it gets deleted. Finally this morning, with artificial intelligence being a hot topic in recent months, Merriam-Webster has declared authentic its word of the year for 2023. The company says authentic, whose various meanings include not false or imitation, and being true to one's own personality, spirit, or character, saw a substantial increase in searches this year. Merriam-Webster points to celebrities like Taylor Swift and Sam Smith using the term authentic voice and authentic self, causing interest in the word. Earlier this year, ex-owner Elon Musk said CEOs using social media should be more authentic. And people looked up the word due to reports of deepfake videos and Hollywood actors and writers going on strike over AI. Merriam-Webster says authentic is hard to define and subject to debate, 2 reasons it sends many people to the dictionary. These are your top stories for this Tuesday. In today's Morning Rundown newsletter, we share some tips on how to get involved on this Giving Tuesday. If you're not already a subscriber, just go to san.com/rundown in order to sign up. Unbiased, straight facts, that's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.